sure yet. Don't tell me. Don't tell me if I am. Surprise me. Don't tell me.
I already told you.
I know. Technically, I don't feel like I'm live till somebody's actually really there, or till I'm
But
like,
you are live.
until I'm like talking and stuff. This is just setting up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're on a live stream.
Okay, don't spam me. Freak show. Don't spam me. Spam me, baby. Uh-huh. I forgot what I was doing.
All that you wanted was some peace of mind. At the end of your days, you just need to unwind. Showing compassion is part of your plan. That is who you are. Everyone wants it and everyone tries. Some of us get it, but some of us die. Some they reach out to the stars in the sky. Some of us really fly. Too many souls get lost out at sea. Dumbfounded dreams, what we used to be. Remember your first love, remember it well. Remember well, Michelle. This is my last waltz, last chance, last time, last dance, last walk forward into the night. Sometimes I feel, you know, it's real. Love with all your heart. This is my last waltz, my last dance, my last walk with you. And I must remember the little things about you, about you, Michelle. Oceans of happiness, oceans apart, moving in circles away from the dark, and nobody knows that light inside your eyes. But when I look at you now, what do I see? Sometimes I tell myself that I don't know. When I saw you tonight, I couldn't believe my eyes. Remember the time when the world was on fire, caught in the rapids, it quenched your desire. Look at you now, racing those rapids on high. But when you look at me now, what do you see? Will you tell me your dreams, Michelle? 'Cause all that I'm knowing is you walk alone in the light. This is my last waltz, my last dance, my last walk with you. And I must remember the little things about you. About you, Michelle. The little things about you, Michelle. About you, Michelle. The little things about you, Michelle. About you, Michelle. The little things about you, Michelle. The little things.
Hi, I love you, Abby. How are you? I'm gonna share that Meeps' vid. The song. I've shared it. How's it going? I love you, Abby. I want to say happy Thursday, but it's just Thursday Eve, I guess. I don't know. I must be ahead of my time thinking it's Thursday. It's not. It's not Thursday. I'm doing good. I love you, Abby. Thanks for asking. Been a rainy, coolish day. The rain seems to be clearing up. I'm not quite sure what's gonna happen. We'll see. We luck out a lot. Luck out. We're blessed a lot to just have weird days, but then a beautiful sunset and nice evenings. Twilight is Twilight golden hours is pretty good around here. If that makes any sense at all. The birds like the seeds. Did I put the peacock in the title of the live stream today? Oh, I thought I did. I just put a peacock somewhere. I just put a peacock somewhere. I know I did. Is it in my thing? I'll check. Yeah. I see it. Peacock. Let it shine. Shiny, happy people holding hands. Who sang that? Shiny, happy people. I want to say 5440, but they're from Canada, and that's not even the same. Anyways, shiny, happy people holding hand. Doesn't matter who sang it, right? Hey, love light shining. Ooh, I like the emoji talk. Oh, I'm reading the emoji talk, like emoji by emoji. I love it. Thank you. Ooh, even the peacock at the end there. I like it. I like it a lot. Whoop, whoop. Me understand emoji talk. For real. It's the best. Oh, maybe not the best, but you know what? It is. On some level, if you're really like sending intent and speaking through emojis when it's real, it's awesome. It's like a light language of its own. It really is. To me, anyways. It works well with the people I have. What number is this? 4 and 6. Oh, right on. 10. 4 and 6 is 10. 3, 6, 9. Peacock, let it shine. Love those colors, eh? Boom. That heart. I think I'm gonna read it. Get the words a little bit of flowing. How's the California energy, love light? Oh, where's the book? There it is. I know. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And we all shine on like the moon and the stars and the sun, right? Did I say it in the right order? Oh, well, that song probably Mandela affected itself so many times and twisted the words around. Who knows? But you know what I'm saying. I pulled the scarab beetle this morning. Might not even have been this morning, around noon. Come together right now. Oh, pig and the parrot between the peacock. Pigs can fly. Pigs can fly. Oh man. Okay, where did I put the glasses? I think they're right in my lap. They are. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, here we go. 4 and 6, peacock spirit, let it shine. When is the last time you shook a tail feather and shined your light for all to see? Within each of us is a peacock spirit yearning for expression, and you are called now to show the world the gorgeous creature you are, for you are a manifestation of spirit. Come out from the shadows. Ooh, I just said come together. Come out from the shadows. Come out, wherever you are, peacock spirit says, and show your true colors so that others might be inspired to express their own exquisiteness. Can you hear the crow? Dance as if you remember that you are made of stardust and grace, filled with life force energy and sparkling light. You are a channel for divine love, and your dance is one of a kind. Catch the light and help it to shimmer, and dance in celebration of your good fortune of being here right now. Spirit wants you to be joyful so that others get up and dance along with you. Whoop whoop. Yeah. That shake a tail feather, eh? Yup. Thanks for writing it out, Love Light Shining, Pink Floyd's Animals album. The pigs are flying. as I was saying, pigs can fly, that's the exact thing that was in my head. Even if the card that's in the deck, you know, is closer in my hands, I was thinking of the album. Can't help it, right? That's a good thing. It's a good thing to be always redirected to Pink Floyd, and for me anyways, I find it pure positive. It's part of my synchronicities. Ooh, Rhea, flow. See how they flow together too, eh? They really do. Let it shine. Rhea, the flow. When I see this card too, I always get that Braveheart thing. I get my Braveheart thing up, eh? William Wallace, Scotland. The bagpipes always come up for me in my head when I see this card. Always. Ophelia as well. Doesn't matter if the card is Rhea. This card for me is Ophelia. No one really talks a lot about Ophelia. No one really talks a lot about her. Or maybe people do. I'm just not guided towards them. Who knows? I find that there's a base of what's talked about, focused on, and then all the other, I don't have the word, just overlooked. Might be different because Ophelia is a character in Shakespeare, but it all flows together, if that makes any sense at all. I lost my glasses again. Hey Eddie, how you doing? Eddie Rabbit. Eddie Rabbit. I love a rainy night. Such a beautiful sight. I love having the rain, but it would be way more epic if there was thunder and lightning, to be honest. A little bit of thunder would be welcome. 4 and 3 is 7. I was so looking at just the color flow and bringing up the other syncs that were coming up really fast that I didn't notice the 7 part yet. One thing at a time. Talking Pink Floyd and Animals is actually your favorite album, Love Light. Haha, right on. Boom. No wonder this thing's flowing right. That's awesome. I have my Pink Floyd Wish You Were Here, like that classic, the dudes handing each other whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean. I don't analyze it. A pin in my car. Somebody from Cape Breton gifted it to me in 2019 and said, literally, like, when you're not here, I want you to remember I wish you were here anyways. And it's like in my car. That's it. Why? Because it takes me back to the ocean, to Cape Breton, to Mabou, and right to the church steeple and all of that harbor and everything. It's awesome. You can leave somewhere and still bring a piece of it with you everywhere you go. Aw, road trip, I love you for knowing that. Pink Floyd Animals is Mika's favorite. She likes the dogs and sheep track. Yeah, and all the birds in the background. Yeah. Thanks for writing that, Eddie. That's cool. Yeah. Definitely Animals notice that. And that sometimes Animals will hate that album or that type of music because it distracts them and it makes them feel like, right? So it's beautiful if she resonates with it. Yeah, it is a cool thing to say, eh, Love Light? I love it. Love you guys. Okay, Rhea, flow, 73. Did you notice how when you're in alignment with the universe, everything in your life just seems to flow? The Greek goddess, Rhea, whose very name means flow and ease, comes to let you know that you're entering such a time That's one of the reasons I named the stream this morning Mother Roots, and that I chose to not do a long stream because it wasn't flowing. It just wasn't. So I stopped it. Why should I just try to milk a stream? Nothing was flowing anymore. Whatever needed to be flowed this morning or earlier. But I chose to come in and re-dip into another stream, keeping the same title, Mother Roots. It's important right now. I'm going to reread that part just to tie it together so I don't lose it with my stuff I put in the middle. The Greek goddess Rhea, whose very name means flow and ease, comes to let you know that you're entering such a time.
Yes, I did this part.
I swear she did. You farted right at the right time. I love you. While the flow state is not permanent for most people, it's such a beautiful feeling that allows you to lose yourself in the rhythm, to the beat of the rhythm of the night, dancing through the morning light. Forget about the worries on your mind. You can leave it all behind. Can you tell I just listened to that song not long ago? It's as if you're traveling down a magic stream. Ooh, welcome. 1629 on the 28th, 70% battery, 7 in the card. Traveling down a magic stream where ideas and insights pour through you from a vast source of information that is gifted to you. That makes so much sense too. When we're coming in here and doing a stream and you guys come in, everybody's coming in with different sources of information that we gift to each other. Oh, that's beautiful. You have a Rhea too, Meeps? R-I-A spelling. Yeah, that doesn't matter. When the flow of the syllables is the same, it's just, that's it. The difference of the spelling has different kind of connotations, elevations, whatever the things are that we have, but the syllables, that's awesome that you come in at this time, Meeps. See the pervasive green with the blue? Did you look at your emails yet, Meeps? If you didn't look at your emails, I'm going to have to do a Meeps. Meeps, go check your emails, Vince. Me shared something special. It's green. I just need hot weather or warmer than freezing nipples. Oh, did I say nipples? I should start reading again. It's as if you're traveling down a magic stream where ideas and insights pour through you from a vast source of information that is gifted to you. The way to ensure you remain in this beautiful energy as long as you can is to observe your life with relaxed attention. Listening to the guidance presented to you as you move forward without restraint or fixed ideas. Because that's the thing. You start to think about stuff, you start to doubt stuff, so you stuck your own stuff in your own wheels and you're going under. You're not above anymore. Just keep flowing with it. I observe this in my timelines, to be honest, all the time. The flow is right there, and then the choice to jump out. You're in the, people, whatever, whomever, whatever situation is going, it's right on track. It's going amazing. It's in flow. But the flow demands a certain authenticity. So it's like, boop, right off the track, right? Because when you're in flow and all the syncs and all the stuff and you're being guided towards everything and it's awesome. You're mused, you're passionate, you're creating stuff, people are talking to you, there's a flow everywhere. And then that, as soon as you start to think about stuff and to analyze, boom, think about it, because that's where everybody's going off track right now, and for real, because people are flowing. We are. And I say they, I include myself in that, eh? That's why I can say this. I guess I could just say that's what happens to me, but it's the truth. Going on like boom, and then all of a sudden think, and whoosh, nothing's flowing anymore. Same way. You can enter the flow state anytime you're willing to release your expectations. Exactly. Require. What's the slang and the tongue and the blah, 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 molasses? Meaning for like some sort of like requires. Why is that hard word for me? requires trust, and the goddess Rhea ensures your boat will never capsize as you move from a slow stream to a rapid river. Boom, that thing of going down the river and you don't know the little like meandering parts that you can take because you're always just focused on the fact that there's a river, but the river is like taking you this way, and it's so real right now. It's so big. And I was listening to someone, I forget who, and that's the thing, is the flow state, in order to master it, is that detachment of as soon, right, that it doesn't merge and flow, that the detachment without entanglement and all that stuff. So, you haven't checked? That's okay. Check when you can, Meeps. You got surprises. I even sent you a picture of someone special to me. Meeps. Oh boy. Get ready, eh? Oh, take it. Take it. Give them more. Give them more. Love Light says, I absolutely love everything that you do, Meeps. Thank you, 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 Meeps. Over and over. Meeps hides under the table. I don't deal well with compliments, Love Light. Yay. Get under the table. Get under the table, Meeps. Party under the table. Can you see the TV under there? Underwear. Ooh, I got you to say underwear. Actually, I said it, but... Oh, man. Oh. Love Light says, okay, I understand. I just wanted to tell you this once. Oh man, no way. I'm gonna creep Meeps out and make him blush. That's my favorite thing in the world, by the way. When I do interact with real humans face to face, is making people blush. So get ready to hide under tables for sure, Meeps. You ain't... I don't... This is shy me. You don't get it. This is shy me on camera. This is shy me. This is nothing. I don't even use my hands every day when I live stream. Buckle up. So I've made tea. I'm not sure if anything will interact, and if I have any interactions. I'm thinking like, it's so good. So I mixed a lemon Meeps and orange Jenny, because Georgia Jenny is my peach girl. And Meeps is lemon. What was the other one? Raspberry. I'm not sharing who Raspberry is, because there is no raspberry person. Nobody really makes me think of raspberries except for me. And then I like have bay leaf in there. I have maple syrup and salt. So I made a concoction. I'm halfway through. It's just that temperature where it's perfect to drink. It's not so hot that it's killing my tongue. And it's not cold yet to be an iced tea. I don't have any ice though. Ice, baby. Too cold. Too cold. Yeah, we're lucky. It rained today. It didn't snow. Is that you, SMS? Hey, dude. Deep says, John Lemon likes your lemon tea. This one is awesome, I'm telling ya. All mixed up like that. I guess it's a thing, eh? It's so yummy with bay leaf in there. I don't know. Don't tell me if it's...
tea. I haven't took a sip of it.
It's just at the perfect temperature now, honey.
First reaction on camera.
Oh gosh, first reaction of Lily Rose on camera for my special tea. Okay, go.
Tastes like tea.
Wow, thanks. Can you elaborate? Elaborate means, can you say more? Is there more deep? Does it just taste like tea?
It tastes really good.
Really good? Oh, thanks. Okay. I'm like holding back multiple orgasms because this is so amazing, but apparently it's just really good. Like tea. And I'm like, okay. I guess bay leaf only does something to people over 49.
Really good.
I know, it tastes really yummy. What's with the bay leaf? I usually burn bay leaves or put them in spaghetti sauce and soup. I don't usually like boil them up with tea, so if there's like a bay leaf sink, let me know. Bay, Green Bay, boom, Eddie, Green Bay Packers. Gotcha. I could just sit here and like flow sinks. That's what I should do. I'm just gonna sit here and flow sinks. Kitchen sinks. Meeps, oh my god, there's 3 emails. Yep, I loaded up your spam box. Hi Anita, much love back at you. Love light, you have a Canadian joke? And then you write beer. Ha, funny. I don't drink beer. That doesn't work. You should write bear. Write bear for me. That will like... Oh, what's a bear with horns? Beer. What's a bear with horns? Beer? I totally messed all that up, by the way. Yeah, Meeps, I get it. Yep. I don't think it's a good idea that you go open the one... Don't go open. If you have not seen the one that I sent you, Meeps. Oh, I know, I'm sending you right to your fucking email. Curious George. Don't open Pandora's box till I'm done the stream, Meeps. Anthony, you better be sitting under the fucking table right now. And don't you dare open that green email right now. It's too much. You can't handle this shit. You can't handle this. Oh, I'm gonna have some fun here. I'm totally having fun. I can't even handle it yet, Meeps. I cannot. I ain't joking. I only took it out of the paper once to make the vid for you. It hasn't... I know. Are you curious yet? Meep says, I just drank 2 pints of lemon tea over the last 2 hours. Be right back. Bathroom break. Oh, good. Meeps, you were gone the whole time I was telling you to go open your emails. Good. Chai tea for you, love light? All right on. How's your day going, Mark? You got sunshine today? You got your double suns, mini me and the other, mini me and the other sun? Boom, Anita, Sink, you burnt bay leaves yesterday? Awesome. I have, oh my gosh, my hair. I have like dried bay leaves from the store, which I didn't burn. But I have fresh bay leaves that Amy brought me, like, I think it's been 2 weeks now that I just left them out on the counter to dry. So I'm going to burn some of that soon. Because fresh bay leaf doesn't burn. Go figure. I tried. Yeah. It kind of goes like psst, 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 psst. But it's too humidity. Lumity. Anybody know Lumity? Uh-oh. No? Okay. Road trip, you gonna go for a walk? Right on. Have a good walk, dude. Show me Sasquatch. You turned over a new leaf. Was it a bay leaf? You turned over a new leaf. SMS. Was it a bay leaf? Boom. Yeah, Anita, thank you. I never thought to do that. When you burnt the bay leaves, you had the intentions written on them. Thank you. Want to get me a Sharpie and you know what's going to happen next, eh, Anita? Yeah. You can see the bay leaf now, eh? Yeah. The Sharpie goes wild on the dried bay leaf. Here we go. Oh, show me Sasquatch, the first Canadian letter of the alphabet. A. Yup. A is like my most important word. Or maybe second after, the other one that I use a lot. Hey, Ghost Shadow, how's your day? Eh? How's your day? Now I gotta milk it, right? Milk it. I said milk it 2 or 3 times since I started the stream. 1643 on the 28th says 7 in the chat. My battery says 65, so 567. 1644 coming in, and I've said like milk it way too many times to not say, hey dude, he loves you, Milky Way. Just ripple effect, Brian energy everywhere right now. Good. I am good with stuff like that as well, Meeps. Meeps says, LOL, no, I won't open it till after I'm done. I'm actually good at stuff like that, though I do confess I'm tempted. I am so good at stuff like that, Meeps, that, and that's the thing, is I've been the mother, the mother who became an investigator from having teenagers. So, but I've also been somebody who works in, I believe in discretion and integrity of certain things. So I can be handed something and told don't open it until a certain time and certain things. You know, I get it. There's things it's not worth opening until it's time. By now you've probably opened it. How the heck did I miss that? I didn't even see Meeps do a stream. Show Me says Meeps did a 6-hour stream, then 2 12s in a row where he drank 12-gallon whiskey, 2 half ounce of weed, and 1 gram of dabs. Gosh, that's like a whole shopping list. Holy shit, that's complicated. Meeps says, oh, no, I was here when you said go open your emails. I pee fast. Boom, Love Light. Nice. You saw a sticker on a 4x4 and it said Canada. What color was the 4x4? Do you remember, Love Light? Where's my dude? Dude. Oh man, how'd you get so far? You're so far away from me. I don't know where the truck is, guys. I don't know. Oh, hang on. There, right at my feet. Where else? Right at my feet. Was it blue, Love Light? Just wondering. Just wondering. I wonder who. Ooh, Anita, that would be so epic cool. Anita, I might make a Bailey's ritual video. That would be epic. You know why, too, is one of the things about smudging in general is, you know, the sacredness of it. In certain places, it's taboo for people to actually buy sage because it's considered like cultural appropriation. And I'm not joking. But not only that, is to have access to buy sage or to find sweetgrass or to have certain things, we don't always. You can't always get to it. They don't just sell that at Walmart, right? And if they do, don't buy that one, dumbass. That's not real sage. You know what I mean? Seriously. Unless in America, y'all are like really honest, but in Canada, that's not how it works. Anyways. Having the knowing of the simplest things, the little things that we all have commonplace, common on hand, right? And the power of burning a bay leaf, to me, is faster than smudging or any other thing. Why? It's small, it's fast, it has a smell that is very light. It does not overpower a room. You can actually light bay leaves and not alert your whole fucking household that you smudged your house, right? Depending on what type of household you live in, sometimes you can't smudge. You can't in apartment buildings. If you have a household with 5 people and 2 cats and 1 bird, some things just you can't do. So you can actually carry bay leaves in your purse at all times. It's so tiny that it is that thing that you can literally take, go behind a tree in a park, you know what I mean? Light her up and feel that. You could even legit be in a building that has zero smoking, go in the bathroom, light the bay leaf, and be like smoking in the boys' room. The rebel light worker who cannot handle the shit around him anymore. Yeah, grab a bay leaf and go burn it in the bathroom. Feel like fucking old school rebel time. You know what I mean? Like, kick it up a notch, buddy. Nobody's gonna notice in 5 minutes that a bay leaf passed through. Does that make sense? It's cool when the simplest rituals that are accessible to people, Anita, are shared. Boom. That's a huge sync. I have a bay leaf in my wallet with abundance written on it. And as I read that, I just realize, wow, it's been a year since I've had any cedar in my wallet. Because for me, it's cedar that I carry in my wallet usually. You love Sage SMS? Oh, good. I'm glad if it's flowing out, Michelle. It seems too, what I've noticed is that if it's not flowing from you from emotion, like if you're not sad or if you don't have a trigger to help bring up, it's going to come up anyway. So, you know what I mean? Just finished cleaning up my face. Good morning, sweetie. Dragon snot everywhere. Felt good to release. Good. I love you. SMS is singing you a song down there. Michelle and Michelle, my sister Michelle. Yeah. You know what's cool too? Like the Michelle, remember Meeps how you said when for someone else, another Michelle? And earlier I was just looking at somebody random somewhere on Instagram and just scrolled like click, click, click up and boom, there he is with his wife and her name was Michelle. Because that's what I don't know, for some reason I was like, I just wanted to see what they looked like together because I knew he had a partner. And then I was scrolling and boom, her name was Michelle too. That was cool. The syllables, eh? The L, the bird. Meep says, squash all that whiskey, I was in a coma. I ain't touched whiskey since 2016. I don't know if I ever will again. Not because anything bad happened. It's because I cut the smell of whiskey out of my timelines completely. But I would drink whiskey before like I would ever put any vodka even near near me. Vodka's so gross. Oh, talking of you, New Leaf. And I did beats Anita says for the Bailey, full name and birth date on one side, and then intention on the other side, and then burn it. Oh, right on, Love Light. Can I have some too, please? Making a lunch salad. Back in a second. Yup, me want some, please. Ooh, show me. How you liking that? I haven't played with gel pens a lot lately, or in a long time. I think the last time I really played with gel pens for real and wore some out and enjoyed it type of thing would have been in 2009. A lot of silvers and golds that I was using. Meep starts my name starts with A, Anthony. Yeah. Nita, bay leaves are powerful to increase the power of the intention set when you burn it, and the universe knows. Yeah. Show me Sasquatch. YouTube Jill added 86 subs, 8 from 1,500. Not sure what that quite means, but I can't even imagine what happens with the subs and stuff for real. None of that makes sense anymore. Wow, that actually makes a lot of sense though, Love Light. Michelle, apologies. It actually seems that every time I try to watch, bang, one of my kids comes and needs me for something complex. Listen in as much as possible. I just got a tone pass through as I was reading that. That's neat. Yeah. The bay leaves amplify the power of intention. I completely resonate with that. Like, I mean, when Amy brought me the bay leaves, and I realized, like, not only just bay leaves, because I always buy bay leaves dry. I don't really see fresh bay leaves around here. You know what I mean? Like, it's not common around here. Or it's not. It's just not. I know where my stuff is. And when she said she had fresh bay leaves for me, I was like, whoa. Like, it was like receiving flowers in the way of, like, the rarity. It's not something that's in our section where we have access to things. So it was cool at this time of year, especially. You know, we're not limited in what we have, like, but we don't have access to everything at all times of quality, especially. So we could have strawberries year round. Doesn't mean you'll be able to find any that actually taste like strawberries anywhere, type of thing. Meep says, if I open that email now, I'm so scatty, I will end up accidentally deleting it. Yeah. I get it now. The stream that was before, yeah. It was a black, big, 4 tires. Oh, yeah. Right on. What's your tire limit in California? I would wonder. I'm gonna Google that later. You just sparked a point of interest. We have certain laws in Canada about how jacked up you can be, and you know what I mean? I would wonder what California law is. Obviously, if I go with what I assume, I would assume California law is pretty high, because what I've seen in movies. But what they show in movies is not necessarily what's roadworthy and allowed to be on the roads. So I don't know. You know what I mean? We have a certain limit of what can be on the roads, and otherwise it's like you don't bring that shit out and about, right? You have your own back 40, or you're implicated in some sort of stock in some sort of competition or whatever somewhere. That's it. You can't go on the road. Thank you for saying it, Anita, because there are the interactions with other people. Just because a product or something is pure, organic, comes from the best place, and is, you know, good in general, that's why being careful with all products and knowing what you're using. Because you say, Anita, my son feels sick when I burn sage. So imagine a parent who's not conscious of just, you know, like, I use patchouli. Patchouli is my thing. And then you kind of maybe could realize, like, when your child is 2, 3, 4, or maybe your whole lifetime, you've been intoxicating your child with patchouli, right? In that sense of, there's so many allergies and so many things, but sometimes it is the most common thing in the household. And the most common thing in the household was that one of the parents never changed their scent or what they choose to use as a product inside their home, no matter what. And essential oils are more dangerous than going to buy creams and all that stuff at the store on some level. Why? Because the toxicity of creams and stuff, who knows what will happen to you on some level. Essential oil, you fuck with that shit in the wrong way, and you're fucked. And I know because I've done it before. I've used essential oils in ways or amounts that are like, what? You know what I mean? So that one time, Anita, right, that I leaked a little bit of anais. I wanted to put 2 like bloop bloop little drops, right, that comes from the top, but there was no top. And so anais just went like, and I was like, oh, there's a lot left in here. It's fine. And yeah, it wasn't fine. It wasn't. So burning sage or burning anything that's safe, common, pure, good, doesn't mean that anybody can handle it. My daughter was fine with cinnamon all her life. A kid that used to eat cinnamon sticks raw just to like gross me out because of the sound and whatever. That's how much she enjoyed cinnamon. Just all of a sudden started developing an aversion to cinnamon. So things go fast. She never had that, but it came up. Nate's good right now. Right on. Oh, show me. That's awesome. I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen it yet. I saw 1111. Drew a pic for Heather on your community. I'll check it out. SMS. Am I late in the chat? Yeah, I'm 10 minutes. I'll wait in a bit. Yeah, free flow's awesome. Ooh, you're making quesadillas? Go Shadow. Yeah, Michelle, life is just a lot, for everyone. Yeah, and everyone's a lot is different. So having spots and being able to just kind of come together is nice, sweetie? I love you. I did the earlier stream earlier, and it wasn't really flowing a lot, Michelle. So I was just, at one point, there was nothing flowing out of me. So I was like, I'm done. And I stopped thinking, I'll just do another one later. I'll wait, right? Gather numbers later of when you're awake. As I say that, boom, SMS you had written. I know I'm behind, but I didn't see it. Strengthen numbers. Yeah, there is strengthen numbers. Intention. Intention is everything. Anita, at 16:53, I just had a vision when you got that tone of soldiers all marching in sync. Yeah, horses as well. I know, SMS. If Michelle, Jen, and Heather are in the same spot, look out the energy flow, mucho extreme. Yeah. Imagine with Tracy, Trace. I always say Tracy. Can't help it because Trace B. My cousin is Tracy Barrett, like Barrett with the B. So it just flows Tracy. But we've talked about this before when, you know what I mean? Like I already do, stuff when I go somewhere. And it has nothing to do with nothing. It has to do with my magic. And that's that. And so amplifying that, I don't know what it's like. I haven't been with people that are of my frequency. So, I don't know. I don't know what it's like. I know what it's like when me and Lily Rose passed through. And that's already a lot, So. Go for it. Go, Jen. I can't take it anymore. As soon as I hear you read this post, I'm going to go log out of here for 15 minutes to check those emails. Go, Lo Coco. I want to see if you go from 0 to 100. I sent you 3 different kind of things. 3 different kind of things. Whew. Go, Meeps. Go in peace. Yeah, Anita says, I used a lot of different oils in a bath for myself, but my son ran and jumped in and he got out having an anxiety attack. Yup. And my daughter once, I keep doing that. Amy one time when she was about 16 or 17, she came down the stairs and she was like, Mom, I'm ready to have essential oils in the bath. Which is the first one I should use? And so I said orange because that's the one that I have least anything with. Or nothing. And I said, pour the bath, do this, and then just put a little bit of, put your hand in for a while, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, just test. And she didn't, and anyways, she didn't put a lot, but she did not enjoy it. She got out really fast and took a shower. And, did she maybe put too much? I don't know, but the one essential oil that I would like tell anybody to put in the bath first would be orange, and you can go nuts with it because it doesn't have a reaction, but it did for her. So, I don't know. Maybe the water was too hot and it freaked her out. Who knows, right? Hi, Annie D. Thanks for saying that. There is a caution, like, we really do have to know what we're doing, or like some things is more than just following instincts. There's a knowledge base to have. Annie D, I took a little turpentine to kill parasites, but I had a bit too much and I breathed the fumes for hours. Yeah. Yeah. What are our greatest tools of certain things just need to be known of how to use to be safe. It's the same as there's certain teas that you drink the tea, but if you smoke it, you'll die, and blah, 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 all right? So it's not the thing itself, it's how you use it. And I said that to someone not long ago. I was like, you can't just spout out to use turpentine unless you fully like teach people how, with the knowing that you have to know yourself before you get to that level. It's the same as, I don't tell people to go buy essential oils. I ask Nicholas or other people before I would even try any more for myself. Why? Because I know I can go get the knowing based from the book, but the book won't give me as much as Nicholas now knowing already the stuff that does or doesn't work for me, even if I don't use a lot, right? It's cool. You slept all day? Right on, SMS. That's a lot. It's been storming and pouring rain all day. The camel, the cavalry. Yes, Michelle, the cavalry. I see the word in cavalry in my head all the time right now. Annie D said, I wish Sasquatch were here. We don't have enough trees in the desert for them. Ah, but my dear, you have other things in the desert for you guys. Right? Sask is live underground. Yeah. Rose is always safe. Rose quartz is the only stones kids should use too, I have been told. Yeah, rose quartz is the only stones kids should use too, I have been told. I just naturally always did gravitate towards that. I always did gravitate to not put anything on my kids unless they wanted it. So if anybody ever offered jewelry to my children, they did not have to wear it just because somebody gave it to them. Right? And they could choose if they wanted to put it on or not. Yeah, exactly. Show me Sasquatch. When you can hear and see the trees moving, it's like predator, like camo. Exactly. And you know what? There was one night where I was like, bleh, like that. And I was looking outside and I was like feeling just yucky of not being able to see that, right? SMS, when you're used to living in certain ways, you just have it accessible. That's it. And I was outside, and at one point, breath started to come from one of the trees. And the way that the breath formed and the imagery it was making. And at one point, I actually heard the laughing at me of, because I do, and I even whined about it today. I'm not going to pretend, you know what I mean? Of that thing when I always like, you know, I want my nature back. I want my harmony with everything of more. But then everything like puts me back in my place of, dude, you have a little like cedar grove right out front. You can hear over my shoulder right now. Of course, there's a fucking pause. All the birds, right? If I was outside, which I'm not because it's cool and rainy, the chipmunks are everywhere. The chipmunks are more like discreet. Sorry, the squirrels are everywhere. It's just there's always something out and about. I only have to look up, and the crows are like, they got my back. I got a couple seagulls. You know, like, I'm good. But it's just like, you know, yeah. Hey, Nova Nova, how are you? Anita, an orange was the bath. Your son had gotten into a high energy orange. Yeah, I realized that after. It would have needed to be something softer. One of the reasons I resonate with orange and I gravitate to orange and I fully like just orange is just the link with orange and just PTSD and how it is, you know, there's enough people who have used it as a part of their healing to prove and to really show that the sustained frequency of orange really does help. It is, you know, it is what it is. Hey, Madib. Yeah, I'm still feeling the super pink full moon too. You see that too sometimes, Madib? Yeah, the energy is whoa. Anita, desert sink, right on. Love light shining, deep shit coming up. Yup. Yup. 5-5. 5-5. 5-1-5. That's an 11. But that 5-5 coming in. Can you feel it? You got 7 days. 7 days. And I say that, but it's still 155 on Monday too. But I don't know why I'm in the 7 of it. And it's big for me, so I don't know. Like never seen before. Wrath. Yeah, Wrath will be swift. It's already, it is. Yeah, SMS. Yeah, Anita, I only use these things on my son when he asks, and lavender has helped him a lot. You gonna go for a drive? Coffee and music, Michelle? Right on. Yeah. Mondi, Michelle with 1 L and 3 names. Good to see you. Oh. Yeah, love light. Get in some water, Michelle, even if it's only your feet. Madib, yeah, that's a good point. You got to get the right turpentine. You use it as well. You understand that? Yeah. Oh, right on. Michelle says, love light. We haven't grounded for real and forever. Same with Nate. We're going to go remedy that immediately. Enjoy, sweetie. SMS did a barefoot walk a couple days ago. Invigorating. Right on. It's been a week or so of not being able to, like, well, not being able. I just haven't. But it's been cool, colder. We've had snow pass through, right? Bayberry at 55. Battery. Ooh, that's funny though too, eh? Your phone did Bayberry instead of battery, but we're talking about the bays. Now Madib says hello, my favorite Genevieve. I love it. Michelle with 3 names. Yeah, go water babies, go. Love light, thank you. I thought so. Yeah. Full moon portal has been open for the last 2 days, just so you know it's powerful. Yeah. It is. It's good though. I'm flowing well with it. I'm enjoying it. I'm seeing my syncs and greater clarity in certain things, so it's good. I don't understand all about 5G and stuff because I'm Canadian, and as far as I know, I've been on 5G for a long time, right? So I'm still here and kicking, and yeah, you know what I mean? So my network, I don't know. I don't. We use what we use, and I feel we're safe with everything. Love light. I felt the 5-5 open, and others did. Yeah. Yeah, Michelle says I'm Michelle with 3 names. I know, you're Michelle with 3 names written down, but here's the sink, Michelle, because there's always got to be more with us. My name is Michelle Genevieve Marie, so technically I have 3 names as well, right? So just they're not written down. So I thought, you know what I mean? We flow. It was you. It is you. Michelle with 3 names. I think. I'm lost. Almost 420 and you're puffing. 17-14 for us. Yeah, it's a legit question. Yeah. Michelle, I just always just kind of like, it's a little bit for me, it's a little bit for you. You know what I mean? I gotta move. I gotta move it. Yeah, me too, eh, Michelle? Yeah. Really, SMS? Aw. Your sister's Michelle Marie? That's cool. UMG too? Neato. I just, I flipped it over just because I just did this yesterday. Marie is my mom's name too. Marie Claire. So. Boom. That's awesome. Michelle says SMS. I'm friends on Facebook with Michelle Marie. All right on. She's the body owl. I have an owl on my bracelet. Judy sent me. I feel like a kid with best friends on my stuff, eh? Oh my god. Judy sent me that. Double owls. Yeah, Marie middle name. Not quite sure why I'm still wearing my boots, to be honest. Show me Sasquatch. Last name Cantrell. Ooh, like blue Cantrell. Cantrell. That's beautiful. YouTube does commercials with Barb from Shark Tank on her realty company. Is top 100 in the world. We don't talk. You know what? The first thing when I saw you write, my sister's name is Michelle Marie, in my head I was like, yeah, I don't think that you guys are like sitting there talking all the time. Uppity. I wonder what the next steps, and you know how just with everything and everything, things change so fast. Uppity is usually just the lack of a lot of self-confidence. So you think it's going to be perfect? You're going to need a stiff drink after watching that video? Right on. Double fingers, triple fingers, right? Triple fingers. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. Yep. Step 2. I know. Can you picture me, Meeps, on a semi-closed beach, meaning people are going out or they're not, walking around in that, making a video for your song? Our song? The song you wrote? Can you picture it? Did you just grab another drink? I might need a drink when I do that. Ooh, that's a good... Oh, no, I have to drive. I need a fucking photographer at this point. Where's the camera people? Oh, wait, they're all in the United States. I have no friends. Yeah, I gotta find the right time of day, warm, and I do have like a 2 to 3 hour kind of buffer time of sunset. Not so good with the sunrise, especially without a driver and a fucking camera. You know, doing it. But yeah, sunset, I'm thinking, golden hour, twilight time. Oh, it's a mess. Yeah, I know, eh? It's hard. It's weird. She called on Christmas Eve wanting to just bring me stuff, and I said, I haven't really talked to you since last Christmas Eve. That's okay. Yeah. I mean, I only have my one sister, and you've watched Frozen SMS, so you understand when I say my sister is the Anna to my Elsa, right? So what that means on all levels is my sister is the Anna to my Elsa. I wouldn't suggest anybody should say anything about my sister on any level at any time. And just sometimes we're like this and we're playing charades and it's time and we have the frequency and the energy and the timeline that we're together more. And then other times it's not that I turn away and kind of push her and Olaf. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. If she was here, if my sister was here right now listening, she would be like, yeah, Michelle, you do that. I'm like there saying, I will never let you go. I will never let you go. I believe in you. And then I'm like, go. I got to do this on my own. I got to do this on my own. For real. No joke. Meeps, I can't do that. That's the thing. I don't, I wouldn't care. Yeah, I need a human I trust. There's no such thing around me right now. And yes, I was thinking about you needing a photographer, and I looked into how much it could cost to hire a real camera from a day. Oh, okay, I thought you meant hire a photographer and fucking have some weirdo follow me. No, to actually have a real camera and Lily could film. Yeah, I never thought of that. I could do that. I could do that. We'll see. We'll see. SMS, my granddaughter wore me out with that Frozen song. Oh, me loves them all. Thanks for sharing, Michelle. It's important. You know, it's true sometimes, right? Michelle says SMS, I haven't spoken to my sister in 10 years. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Good in the way that I'm so naive, and I do believe in the whole, like, radical things happen in a lifetime, and people that you would never expect to be the one person to be in your life for real frequency could be her at some point. We never know. We never know. The beauty of separating and not speaking, not hurting each other, not projecting, not listening as someone projects on you. The beauty of that, and if it never full circles to anything more than inner serenity and not having that feeling of yucky. Exactly, Michelle. Never say never, but when things are not meant to flow, you don't go poke at the snake, and you don't have to rehash. Yeah. Yeah. Where you say, Michelle, where you say, I doubt it, and exactly. The thing is that it's what I've been talking about, like, a lot in the last little while, like on and off in streams. It's the separation of women, right? So the Lilith and the Eve, but within the dynamic of families, it's and it doesn't matter if it's boys or girls or boys and girls, the dynamic of having been compared to each other and being born to compete and being born to, you know, like, two children born and neither of them getting cherished, and both of them are hearing yucky shit. You're grabbing as much as you can when you can be that one, and that's okay, right? But everything, you know. I love you, Michelle. I'm a survivor. I'm a surviving. Yeah. 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 I'm not going to read all that, but SMS, but that's it exactly. You just remembered that? That triggered that? Yeah. For myself, I've worked with photographers and stuff like that. I've always refused, and I've always said no. The day that something feels comfortable for me, I'll either ask or, you know, whatever. But although I do the YouTube thing here where I have my camera, you know, my camera. It's not even a camera. It's a freaking iPad. You know what I mean? But so for me, it's not the camera itself that bothers me. It would be somebody holding it, right? And I don't even have access to that in general right now. I'm used to talking in front of a camera too for hours on end, going to walk around, make a video, actually dressed for it. That's a whole other me that I have not even opened up yet for myself, right? So try to think of how to do something that has any quality at all with, like, zip equipment that's good. But like you said, even to rent something, and Lily needs to have a certain quality of knowing what she's doing as well for the filming, right? So I don't know. We'll see. That was 30 years ago? Yeah. It's beautiful having the full circle life SMS of, like, and I say beautiful, but we do come to the point of the seeing when people were really a certain person in a community and that you see the karma affect the family intergenerationally. You do see the ripple effect of this stuff. It's just, it can't be hidden when it's public knowing and people die and people have, you know, head on, like, big accidents and stuff like that. So you do see the full circle of what karma does. when you're, in certain stuff. Madib says, y'all are so lucky to have a family. I agree with that, Madib. And I believe that we're at that place where we know that family is more than just, the family we're born into, and that everybody is lucky and blessed to be able to find soul tribe feeling, to manifest that inner feeling of family as well. Road trip. Did it blow in from the north? Road trip cool. Still live. I'm back after a cold front blew in strong. I just pulled Hectate. I didn't read her yet. 1 and 9. Wow, that's double 10s today. The Peacock was a 10 as well. 4 and 6. After a cold front blew in. Happy here now, Michelle, for sure. Yeah, Show Me Sasquatch says, people take it for granted, Mark. I have 2 sisters and my kids, and that's all. Yeah. You're just cleaning, Anita? Right on. Did it go well, Annie? Annie D says, I contacted sisters last year after pushing them away, kind of, for years. I'm the youngest of 4 and over 60. So all of us are older and could go at any time. Yeah. When you have that feeling inside, it's just time to do it, Anita. Ooh, Annie, Anita. Annie's song, John Denver. Oh my gosh, I keep getting my head caught in my glasses today. When you know it's time to do that, we should always do that. When the feeling starts to bubble up of, doesn't matter who it is, someone from the past, and it comes into your awareness to call, to text, to reach out, to show up, all of those things, they don't just happen for no reason, right? They don't. And life is short. And especially right now, people are choosing love or fear, and that is it. There are only 2 roads people can go down. And the timelines of right now, what's manifesting collectively is just too big to ignore, the knowing that not everyone is choosing to stay. So this spring and summer is going to be a lot of transitioning. So the choices being made ahead of time, when the timeline is offered to you, what does it mean? Is when your synchronicity, when you start to hear the song that reminds you of your sister, that you haven't thought of your sister and you haven't had that memory of your sister, but all those little things, because that one day where you get the news that she's passed, or you only have 2 weeks to figure your stuff out, or she's got the diagnosis and now you're dealing with a different timeline, and you knew you were meant to do it, you perpetuated your own regret if you're holding that right now. So like, especially these full moon times, you know inside of you who you're aching for, who you feel like you should have made, who you feel you should make amends with, who you feel something about, People used to say, no, you can't say it, you don't feel it. And that's part of the resistance of, we're all in this together. So one person's resistance to open their heart, to call their mother, their father, their brother, their sister, is making it that they can't meet the love of their life. You can't just skip all the steps of making amends and fixing the people you need to fix your stuff with and go into towards life with other people, because you can't get along with these people that your soul is guiding you to fix stuff. Because that's the thing, is everybody wants to be loved unconditionally. If you are letting it shine and you are unconditional love, then you're ready to share that with everybody. And sometimes the boundaries of our life make it that it doesn't even come into your awareness because you're not on the same frequency timeline. But when people, synchronicities and things come into your awareness, I hate to break it to you, but it's because on some level, there's a connection that has to be either, cultivated or cut. That's it. There are no flapping timelines in the wind anymore the same way. I don't know if that makes sense, but you can't just not deal with your stuff. So when you start to dream about your mom over and over and you haven't talked to her and she's still alive, and then you listen to live streams of people who've lost their mother who would do anything to talk to their mother, you call your mama. And you call her with guard down. You call her just saying whatever comes out. You call her saying beautiful stuff. Some people haven't hugged, their family members forever, but then they don't know why we don't. We just, it doesn't matter what was ever not there. If it's in your frequency and you're thinking about it, there's a reason. We don't just think about stuff for no reason, and unless you're like completely don't know anything about yourself, nothing, and your thoughts are so all over the place. But even then, the reason that your thoughts are all over the place is all these things you got to figure out and blah, 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 right? Aw, I don't know what it is yet, but I agree.
You talk. Yeah, wait. You talk all the braids. Rainbow. It's literally so cool. No?
Yeah. I'm looking at the whole, because the light is changing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take that hot tub too, eh?
Sure. And every time it rains, we have to do it over again. But
Yeah.
that's okay. Literally, the video that I found was it raining, and then I wanted to show you actually that.
Love you. Thank you.
Cool.
Apparently that's a must. Having the ability to draw chalk, bricks, another brick in the wall. Follow the yellow brick road. She doesn't want a yellow brick road. She wants chalk, rainbow chalk. From the south, the wind came. SMS, are you one of those people? You already put your pants away for the year until November? I'm sitting in my house with my mucklucks that are good to -40. I don't put my jeans away. I ain't that kind of girl. I'm the person who's layered up when everybody's half fucking naked on the beach at midnight. Now I'm the one person that's got like, I'm cold, man. And everybody's like, we're fine. And it's like, yeah, but I'm not drunk like you are. And whatever it is, like, okay, you're fine. I'm not. Annie D. Wow. Thanks for sharing that. Love you. Annie D, my sister's ex tripped and concussion. Died in front of her. Might not have right the, anyways. Died in front of her in public last year. So crazy. Yeah. And thank you for that, because like that's the thing. Someone tripped and right there in public just died. And then I really thank you for sharing that, Annie, because it puts into perspective so fast, because this is it. One of the things as well is there's a resistance to COVID. So COVID was offered as an exit portal, but there's a resistance. So as a family member, we don't want our parent to die of COVID, so we are inhibiting them from their free will choice because they can feel that we don't want them to die from that. So guess what? Some people will choose another exit, or they already have another exit chosen to not traumatize the kid who's already on a COVID thing. So we're going to put something else in the reality instead and up it a level, or we're going to make it COVID because that's what everybody's afraid of. And, so, but yeah. You're 58 SMS? I'm 49. I see it as just beginning for real. Why? Because people are just starting to like enjoy themselves and love themselves, and the world is finally like making it that there's frequency beings of my kind. So I really think that it's just getting started. You know what I mean? Personally, I know for myself, I am 49, but what my body does, how it feels, I'm not on the same timelines as other people that reflect my age in my society. You know what I mean? Already. So I already have that fountain of youth feeling of not. I already say I'm 50 SMS. You know what I mean? Why? Because I don't even like it when people say, "Oh, are you going to be 29?" No, I'm 50. Right? And I'm already using the 60, 70, 80, 90 as the future is not even here, and manifesting that as something. And I started this in my 30s, and I'm somebody who comes from a family who my dad shit his pants when he turned 30. You know what I mean? In his head he was so old, and not everybody has a security inside of ageism. I believe age is a program. That's my belief, and I live by it. I embody it on all levels of everything. For real. You know what I mean? I don't just say it. I embody it, and I act it out. I spell it out. I make it happen. So. Maudib. Etch a sketch away the past, but take the knobs with you to create a new past. Yee. I got an etch a sketch right beside me, Maudib. Yeah, I just casually grabbed an etch a sketch. I did. Yep. I refer to our life as Simon. Blah blah blah, my name is Simon, and the things I draw come true. I forget what country had put out that comic back in the 80s-ish era, but Simon drew his imagination and drew his life, right? And that's where we're at on a certain level as well. Yeah, but it's the life you were meant to lead, Annie D, that's for sure. I pushed them all away. I never knew their babies. I could have been an awesome aunt. But after my mom and dad passed, tragedy ripped us all apart. Exactly. It could not have been lived another way, sweetie. And everything, my whole shivers are coming up, right? It could not have been done any other way at the time. The only thing is to rewrite the scripts now of what you and they choose to bring into reality with just the knowing. You couldn't have done anything different at the time. You couldn't. If you could have, you would have. Especially when it's a tragedy that happens, Annie D, it's actually a tower moment that makes it that people must act in a certain action of a way. So meaning, had you chosen back then to not do that, what could have ensued instead, the butterfly effect of you choosing, I'm not pushing anybody away, I'm staying, could have been tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. So meaning where you say, I never knew their babies, in the reality that you would have stayed and not pushed them away, they would not have had the same babies. They would not have had the same life. It's a butterfly effect, and that's it. And when we think, especially when something comes from trauma, because I lived something with children and being ripped apart and trauma, and in the moment, what we chose was the best decision for the greater good of the all, that over time has rippled effect into healing. But in the moment, what had to be done, and if that had not been done, the ripple effect of what would have continued to happen had not the tower moment happened to separate, nothing would be the same. And I tower things that separate people, or where we're going to grow into an awareness of we don't need a tower moment to tell us to leave our husband. We don't need a tower moment to tell us something. We're already in flow, all of us collectively. And that's what we're heading towards now. You know what I mean? That's what we're heading towards, is when you know thyself and you're true to yourself, you cannot manifest chaos and drama and traumatic timelines the same way. The ripple effect of more and more people not needing trauma in order to open their hearts and come into their own heart space diminishes trauma all the time. That's why we talk about, at least, it doesn't matter if we're not perfect, at least keep the frequency of certain things to not bring in more trauma for our timelines, so that we are out of the trauma timelines at least. You know, like, so yeah, stuff's happening to us all the time, but we're not making it into the reactions are not building the same way. We're not having anxiety for weeks and days and months, just for minutes and hours and passing waves. So there's a beauty to that. You had peacocks in your shout out today? I didn't have the time. I haven't watched it yet. Yeah, show me. I'm the oldest of 4, and the parents or the one of them is the glue holding the family together. Exactly, Annie D. And that's the thing. If you think about, I could have done different, what life would you have had trying to assimilate to the part of the group that you couldn't? You couldn't. I moved away from California. They're all still there. I was never a part of the group. Yeah. Exactly, SMS. Thank you so much for writing that out. Your younger siblings are automatically treated differently because your parents were learning on you if you're the oldest. Exactly. So the oldest, no matter what, depending, like, I mean, if you can have awakened parents, obviously not, but typically, especially our generations, you know. So an older child that really had to pave the way, big time, watching, especially if there's more than one, but like 4, the ripple effect of all that you had to suffer of your parents being scared all the time, because you suffered, that's your trauma. Your childhood trauma is your parents overprotecting you or making you do shit for your little sister. So that's what your shit you're figuring out and trying to get over, and not be the boss everywhere, not take care of everybody all your fucking life, because you were born taking care of other people as soon as you had to. And then your little brother, the littlest one's trauma is like whatever, in the middle one never got noticed, and this is what happens intergenerationally, like for years and hundreds of years. Instead of parents just loving each child for how they are, treating them each a separate way if they have to, different styles, different focuses, different ways of encouraging instead of comparing, right? That one thing of comparing one child as smart and one as something else. You know, every family has that. Every family has the stories of what one sister does and what one sister doesn't do. All those fucking things. One's, you know, always fine financially, and the other one's always fucked financially, and everybody's always fucking talking about that in between. Yeah. Anita, chalk sink. I've been drawing outside on the ground with chalk for days. Madib. I got one older sis and one younger bro, and neither actually talk to me. Yeah, show me. When my mom died, the family fell apart. Yeah. Yeah. The reflection of families falling apart when anything happens is a little bit like the same as when couples like just there's nothing they can do. Yeah. It's the reflection of everything, right? Everywhere. Aw, Meeps. Being in the UK, I gave my mom some flowers for Mother's Day a few years back, and she kissed and hugged me and said thank you, and gently reminded me it was the American Mother's Day. That's beautiful. Y'all have your Mother's Day couple months ago. So one day Lily Rose comes out of the room and she's like, "I'm the worst kid ever. I just epically kid failed." And I looked at her, I was like, "No, you didn't. Or what did you do?" Kind of worried, right? And she's like, "I forgot Mother's Day. I just watched a vid and it's Mother's Day yesterday." And I was like, "No, that's just in the UK. You didn't forget anything." So I already have one Mother's Day drawing there in case she forgets. For real. Yeah. Yeah, the dynamic of families, SMS and stuff is brutal and crazy. And the stuff that, holy fuck. Some families, how they rip each other apart, for a television set and dishes and such things after somebody passes away. um it's beyond words, right? That's a little bit too, when I made my little video the other day when I was feeling all yucky, and I said, like, nothing hurts worse than when it's people, like, strangers don't hurt us. We don't hurt strangers either. If I want to put myself into the fucking bowl, I hurt people all the time. On some level. Some way too. But, yeah. That stuff of, like, I wouldn't even want to say out loud certain things because it's pure evil. ASMS, I get it. I remember I was getting my hair done once and somebody was talking and it was okay for me to, we were talking together as a trinity in a way, but I didn't know her per se, but we were talking together as a trinity. At one point she was really saying exactly what her family was doing, after her mother's passing and what was going on. Like, she was really free flowing and allowing to be witnessed and let it out. And it was just like, it's hard to even witness, in the sense of what do you can't say anything, just be there to listen to somebody as they're going through this push and pull and this, yeah. Annie D, I always thought my mom was the hub, we were the spokes, and Dad couldn't hold it all. Yeah. Show me, that's beautiful. I never said a bad word to my mom when she was alive. Meep says, Squishy, you are not 58. We are 58. Ew. Eek, I just got a tea tree oil in my mouth. I guess it's not from a syrup tree. Do not use on pancakes. FYI. Thanks, Madib. I really was not gonna do that, but now I definitely won't. Yuck. No. Just because it says tree on it, it doesn't mean it's syrup. Hey, Madib. Just because it says tree on it, it doesn't mean it's syrup, honey. What are you drawing, Anita? Michelle says. Yeah, I know, eh? Oh my god. Show me Sasquatch. At the moment, I'm painting a razorback skull, lower jaw. Just painted a tomahawk I made. Oh, right on. No camel legs, just plain jeans. Maybe Michelle's got the camo. Annie D, Chalk Sync. I was in a chalk art festival and actually got first place that first year. I still do chalk drawings here too. Dude, right on. Boom. Thanks for the sync. I'm gonna spike up the sync with music, because if I'm gonna we're gonna chalk sync, Chalk Circle. I can't remember specifically what songs they sing. Michelle, if you're still here, I think, yeah, I see your name. Chalk Circle is a Canadian 80s-ish, maybe even 90s. They could even still be around today on some level performing. Chalk Circle. I'm trying to think of what song they had, but I can hear it in my head. I just don't have the words. Michelle, Mike Myers did an SNL skit based on that. You happen to just be drawing with ink while you're listening to? Right on. Ooh, Mike Myers did a SNL skit on Simon. I might have seen that back in the day. I'll check it out later. I haven't watched an SNL in a long time. I would go grab that skit just to see. Yeah, Madeeb says, Annie D, do you have a link? I'd love to see your chalk drawings. Meep says, I watched all the Butter Effect films. Did I say Butter Effect? Butter. Oh man, I'm starting to get hungry. Can you tell? April's Fool. I knew. Thank you. Goosebumps. No wonder that came up. We're the 28th. Thank you, Michelle. Goosebumps. Chalk Circle is April's Fool. Exactly. No April Fool. Whoa. I knew that was... Yeah. Thank you, Michelle. You complete me. You complete me, baby. Yeah, for me, Meeps, watching and reading books and certain things about like just parallel dimensions and just the knowing that if you change one thing, you're changing everything has already made it that in my life, like I really do accept what I choose on a certain level, right? No links. It was the 80s, but I have a newspaper article. Ooh, that's cool. Post it somewhere. It was an alien on the beach with a crust saucer behind him. Wow. In the 80s, you drew that, Annie D? That's how we see, just, it's always inside of you. Yup. Modib, the Etch-a-Sketch was right there. Yeah, Michelle. Youngest of 3, and I was the
Mom.
only... Yeah.
Can I make cookies?
What kind?
Peanut butter. Same recipe as last time, and they were good, but they're a little too crispy.
You're gonna need to invest more time. Meaning the one thing I didn't wash was the cookie pan.
Oh.
So you need to use hot water because it's greasy with butter.
Oh, well.
If you're not sure if it's clean, ask me and I'll polish it off because otherwise it was garlic butter.
Oh.
So if it's not cleaned properly or rinsed properly with
Yeah.
the soap, the cookies will taste...
Garlic.
Yeah, garlic butter. Yeah. Michelle, I was the youngest of 3 and the child that my mother didn't show love to. And she admitted she was jealous of me on my wedding day. Yeah. Love you, sweetie. I love you, and thanks for sharing because often it's the last child, right, that it says, like, I was the baby, everybody took care of me. But that's not always the way, right? So it's very Cinderella-y almost with a mother that is not in the position of cherishing, so more kind of like feels like a stepmother. And then when you have the 2 sisters that know that the mother already feels that way, you have the whole dynamic of Cinderella and the stepsisters very fast. Because children will ask to feel the safest as they can when they're in these dynamics. And that's, you know what I mean? That's it. Yeah. Annie D, in the 50s, our parents smoked and drank around kids. Watch Mad Men to get the idea. I don't know about Mad Men, but that's how it is still on a certain level in Quebec and Canada, on, you know, depending on who you hang out with, especially Quebec. We don't separate. So we're not like Ontario people or Catholic, Christian type based people. The mentality is to not separate children from drinking, meaning it's not all you can eat fucking orgies going on, right? But you don't separate children necessarily from a certain scene. So when children grow up seeing alcohol, it changes their perception of it and keeps it less taboo. French children, well, the legal drinking age in one province is lower, but it's different type of understanding and just being used to seeing alcohol in a different way. And I'm not from a family, nor do I separate timelines. I've never grew up that, the men were on one side and the women were on the other. And whenever I was brought into realities where that happened, I remember looking at my best friend and saying, like, why did you invite me to your family's party if you know that the women are in the kitchen and the men are downstairs playing pool? Like, why did you invite me here if it's kind of not okay for me to be downstairs? Because I want to play pool. I don't want to be up here in the kitchen cooking. I fucking cook all the time. I have a restaurant. It's my day off. Why did you ask me to come here? And she's like, oh, baby, you can go downstairs. Like, we can go downstairs. It's not, we're not allowed downstairs. It's just that we haven't seen each other in so long and we're cooking and the guys are doing that downstairs. She's like, it's not taboo. You're allowed to go down and play. And I was like, okay, because I can't fucking hang out with you guys. Like, what the, and cooking, and I do that all the time. So I went downstairs and played pool, right? But that's it. Yes, MS, we are one big collective, and everything we do affects everyone else. We all are the marbles. Yeah. Let me know if you need help. I'm gonna just take a second to. You're the best.
Simply the best. Are you going to get something to dry my hands?
Yep.
Better than all the rest.
Make sure you rinse all that soap off before.
Yeah.
Take time to put your hair up.
Mhm.
Are you gonna put those dishes away first too then to have them out of your way, or work on the other counter?
Work on this counter.
Could you take the time to do that? We have a lot of time, and it's just because everything will be a mess after. If you don't mind. If you don't mind, do it now. You know what I mean? And your hair tied when you get a chance. I know you know, I think I already said that, but sometimes I didn't. I don't know. Cookies! So excited. Yeah, NED. Alcoholism ran in our family, very high functioning, well off drunks. Basically, I was lucky and cursed. And the suicide as well. Yeah. And that's the thing. As much as it can be like really taboo to be like, not a functioning alcoholic and that everybody knows and all this, high functional alcoholics with a lot of money and just stature, people don't really, especially in the 80s and stuff and 70s, nobody would have intervened of certain things, right? And Meep said for the Mother's Day, I saw online it was Mother's Day, and I thought, wow, this year I got it right. No way, Michelle. Allie's dog is named Marbles. She just uploaded a video today. Boom, sync. No, Annie D, I don't think it's heavy drops. I think it's awesome. Well, you know what I mean? I don't mean it's awesome. You know what I mean. I think it's important when we just kind of put the perspective of certain things in just this way that I'm pulling through what you guys say. You know what I mean? Just to kind of, it feels pure. It's high energy. You know what I mean? Like I'm flowing, the kid's making cookies. This is not heavy, thick, not good. It's just a good flow. There's a lot coming up through the full moon energies, and this doesn't stop, eh? It always just, so being able to just, yeah. I think heaviness is when we're listening to certain things that are just, is not caring about the words and is just spitting out words. And that is lower, like there's no feeling fuller from speak. Like I know because I'm the one here saying the words. And when I'm here and I don't be careful of what I speak and pull through, my vibration goes down. So I know by the comments that it kind of brings forth from others of the things that we just need to say and transmute, right? We're not sticking on anything. The wheels are turning, if that makes any sense. Wow. Madib says, seriously, Michelle? I know, Madib, just when you think things cannot be more intermingled, but they can. Madib, marbles and chalk, raw energies today and lighters. Yeah. Madib, we are so synced that, like, let's say you took a day off and you didn't watch me, but you watched everybody else's videos, and then you took the time to watch me. Or like, let's say I did the end of the day stream, or when the stream, you see all the synchronicities of the flow. And Madib, you would be the one, because you go into other live streams that I don't go into. You would be the one to know, like, whoa, other people are talking about marbles or chalk or on the same day as Genevieve. Does that make sense? But there's a specific flow to the timeline of the Sisterhood of the Rose that is so real that you will hear in our language when we speak certain key phrases and words within the same hours and the same days of videos and live streams. That is solid. You will see us consistently pulling cards that flow into each other, even if I'm not aware and I'm not in a certain sister's timeline yet. If she is of a certain timeline frequency that she's pulling in, I don't know if I'm using the right words. I speak my way, right? So other people speak differently. I don't even talk about this stuff. It just is the stuff we just naturally do. But the recognition is there. So a lot of people will think sometimes like one of the reasons I resonate with people is because of the fact of I have the same flow type of messages that I'm bringing through, but in a whole other way, right? So it's like I've said before, if you want the eloquent explanation of what's going through the energies right now, you don't come see me, because I'm going to sit here and go like, ooh, ah, ooh. That's what today feels like. You go see somebody like Susan Inspired who's going to tell you what the actual Schumann resonance is at. You know what I mean? Certain things like that.
For that.
You come get Genevieve to get the in-between of where to go look for those things and stuff, but I flow within what, like the numbers that I will call out through my stream are the numbers of the Schumann or the certain things, like it's all flowing together. And it's bigger than just anyone who's here. You can see the reflection of it farther out in other things. So it doesn't even have to be YouTube. You could be on Twitter today. I don't even use Twitter. You can be on Twitter today and you'll see the peacock at some point. Right? For real. This is not just me and our stream. This is, what else did I pull today? Where did compassion go? Oh, compassion was yesterday. Because I flowed this one. The RIA. Right? RIA. RHEA. RIA. Flow. How many other times today or in the next... You're always going to hear the word flow. How often are you hearing it? The colors that I pull through on a certain day, you guys will see reflected. Maybe Allie will do a live stream tonight or tomorrow with music and she'll be wearing, or she'll have the peacock feathers behind her. You'll pass through a live stream that you never go into and they have peacock feathers. The symbolism follows us all on a certain level when we're here anchoring. Because we are all anchoring together. We are all in this together. Let me know if you need me, okay, honey? I don't mind stopping 100 times. Exactly, Beeps. I deal extremely well with people around me dying. it's the way that people die will sometimes upset me. Like my mom could die tomorrow and I'd feel a bit sad, but I would move on pretty quickly. Yeah. And it would be the way. So the way she would die tomorrow would be shocking in the moment because, but yeah, I resonate with that. I do believe we are eternal to the point where, especially now, because all I have been doing for years is preparing other people and myself that, there's two choices. And people will and are choosing radical life changes and quick transitions. So that goes for me as well. I've not had anything happen in my personal life of losing and having people transition in a long time. But when I do, it's always people in a row. Nobody ever just passes, one at a time in my family. So when my stuff starts to hit,
Soften butter?
it's going to be real. You know what I mean? I actually put it back in the fridge earlier.
Oh.
I didn't know the answer. Might be a little bit. Shit. How much do you need? I didn't know. I need to know
Quarter
the
cup.
a quarter cup. So just melt it.
Sure.
Well, I can't soften it, and I didn't know you were gonna make cookies. So the only choice is I melt it, or you wait till it's softened and all of it.
Melt it.
You could look for another recipe with melted butter instead.
No.
Let's just see what happens. It's just gonna change the texture.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude. I can't. Could you cut your hair? Anita, you're not gonna try the tea tree oil? I bet that's what you're talking about. I have been doing number every word that comes to me. NED tea tree oil, no bueno on pancakes. Michelle wore the camp pants yesterday. Camo sunscreen for camping with no pants. Camo sunscreen for camping with no pants. Hi, Mary Wins. How late am I in the chat? Wow, I'm kind of late behind in the chat. Yeah, I liked Chalk Circle a lot as a kid. The other songs will come to me. Yeah, I said Butter Effects Films. I did. I did say that. Thank you, Michelle, for sharing that Chalk Circle. We have some epic music in Canada, and sometimes like the awareness of it can bring synchronicities and just different music into people's life. Meep says, Jen, when I change something on one of my songs I write, that can be like the butterfly effect, for instance. The female elf voice at the start of your song changed the whole direction of the song. I know. Yeah. I know. And when I played it again today at the beginning of the stream, and when it's like, I have a thing for the end of songs. I have a big beef with radio who plays songs and don't finish it till the end. If I want to switch it before it's over, that's fine. But fuck. Don't tell me you're quality radio if you can't play a song till the end. Because sometimes, like, that is just, and what you did with that song, Meeps, just the end, just the way, it's just like, whoa. So yeah, it did. And that's the thing, is that I was dreaming and I'm having elf synchronicity. Like, look, I got an elf over my shoulder. Anybody notice that yet? I sent Meeps a picture yesterday. You know what I mean? As the elf is right there. Whee! I'm tickling his head. Meep says, Jen, the end of the song was difficult, and I'm only 80% happy with it. You'll get your 20% if you need it, Meeps. I gotta go check that butter. It's ruined. Where's the quarter cup, my darling? Yep. Quarter, half, 3/4. Can you grab it safe, please? It's so hot. Just like that. Michelle, the chalk circle video, you had already left a thumbs up, probably left a comment. Right on. Yeah, Chalk Circle has a song, April Fool. Yeah. Also this morning, Me, Myself, and I. Thank you. I haven't heard it in so long. You know what I'm going to be listening to when I'm done, eh? I can't forget. That's it. Me, Myself, and I. Can't remember the words or the beat right now in my head because it was April Fool in my head, but I got to go check that out.
Am I gonna leave it out again for softened?
No, because we won't do anything today, and I'd rather. I know. No. And he says it's still April for a few more days. Plenty of time to act like a fool. Yeah. Childhood memories for sure, eh, Michelle? Yeah. Yeah. Madiv said, I've noticed in the last 2 weeks we are being fed thoughts. Same topics in live streams at the exact same time. We think we are free thinking, but I don't know. Madib, I've stepped out of listening to almost anything again in the last couple of weeks, so I completely resonate with what you're saying, meaning I'm not going into a lot of stuff. I'm only going into my most trusted shit, and that is it. That is it. And what does that mean? It's easier for me to go into a new channel who's never done a vid, who's got 10 subs right now and feel trust, 144%, than it is to go into other stuff. That being said, where you say there's a fine line between the fact that we are so synced, Madib, that it is freaky beyond reason, and that's where the we're being programmed comes from. Because depending on where you mean and what sources and who, like I said, I am to the point where I'm so synced with Kirsten, Michelle, Anita. You see the reflections here of what we say. We share a little in the background. If we shared everything, we would be able to prove that we are thinking the same thoughts almost or feeling each other all the time. All the time. So this is where the freaky part of listening to programming for years and years and years about evil and Hollywood and fucking implants and NCPs and AI and all that shit versus what is telepathy? When we're all connected, we are all one. So yeah, depending on what you mean, you know, there is agenda people and things. I'm not a part of those timelines, Madib. I don't watch those things. 3/4 of anything that people talk about in panels and that watch and that want to debate or just exchange as energy, I leave. I don't listen to that. None of it. I love saying none of it because it reminds me of Canada. None of it. Even the most knowledgeable people, from me, what my heart space says, wah, 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 Charlie Brown adult, got no fucking clue. doesn't matter if somebody read everything and is a master in everything, every single thing. It's all programs. So what I go towards when I want to be with other people is people showing their authenticity. Because that's where the frequency energy is in the authenticity. Going towards people to listen, to learn things. What? What are you trying to teach me? I'm hearing it from my angels. I'm pulling it from my cards. Like, what you're saying doesn't even match. That's why I say all of a sudden, like, when we do match, then we know we're matching. Right? It is. It's the telepathy, and we're like, we never had it before. So it's so freaky that we either, we have to be careful of not bringing in the fear programming. We either enjoy the syncs, the coasting of it, and build towards more telepathy, or we keep bringing in fear of that telepathy. Yeah, we are all in this together. The elf looks like an ash on my screen. I'll show you a picture. I'll send you a picture. Oh, I put one on, you're not on Instagram. I'll send you a picture later. Yeah, I understand that. Maybe if Madib, when I do play live play guitar on a live, it's because I really feel like it. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. You're doing a live in 10 minutes? Or you're just going to go in 10 minutes? Where are you doing a live tonight? I didn't understand if you and SMS were saying that you were going to do one together. Michelle, you're hustling around? Oh, wow. You're just hustling around doing stuff? Yeah, the time the call disconnected, Michelle, for sure. What did you say, love?
This cookie dough batter is really good.
Oh, that's
a good sign.
Yeah, now is don't.
That's a good sign.
It doesn't matter what you think. For cookies, I used to just stay, especially the first batch, right in front of the stove close, right? Because at this point, you need to make sure it could take 4 minutes instead of 7, and
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on for 5 minutes.
yeah, it was Squash who did that live. I ain't been live in over a year. Yeah, it was that time to get me out the door. Was that it? Oh, wow. Auralite, number 8. Auralite, number 8.
Okay, set. How do I turn the light on in the stove?
Right after where the T, no, on the bottom, honey.
Okay.
So where the first 2 burners are, and be careful because I used one. Move where the T is. There's a pot on the last burner.
Yeah.
On the burner, there's a pot. Right where your finger is, yeah. You got to move that pot to see where the light is behind it. Yeah, just press on the side where you see a button, not in the electrical. You see the button? It's black and on the stove head. I don't know how to explain the words, honey. I'm just going to come show you.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at like giving instruction from far away. Right here.
Oh,
I
I thought you were like 10
I know. I'm looking at the stove, Lily, and the more I'm looking, the more I can't find the words.
Yeah.
I swear, sometimes right now, just trying to focus on a game of Go Fish or the simplest stuff. Like, how can I not explain in under 30 seconds she find where a freaking light is? I can't vocalize it so it makes sense. I'm saying so many words that it doesn't even make sense. I know. I know. I completely assume accountability for it. Like, fuck. I'm used to like just like right? So when stuff just like doesn't flow, it's weird. And it's not that it doesn't flow, like just the stuttering and the slurring that I've had, like I'm going on like I don't know how many days. I don't document and write it down in a journal to remember. I don't care. It's going to pass when it passes, but the slurring, the in and out, the loopy in out feeling right now, you know, is just, it'll be nice when certain things just click into place of stuff, because this is loopy. It's not bad and it's amazing and it's like a wild ride, but or like mindfulness, meditation on the present. To be mindful is to be aware of the now, rather than distracted by the past or the future, oughts, shoulds, and might haves. Your quest for healing requires discovering what you are truly thinking and feeling when you're not distracting yourself. Or Light Spirit calls you to be mindful of your needs right now, for this might be a time to let tears flow and laughter rise, to recognize something so subtle that you previously missed it, or to understand that you are so much more than what you can accomplish or produce. Be here in this moment, fully present and accepting of what is. Make time to meditate today and simply observe what you feel and know without starting to talk to yourself out of it and into something else. No matter how hard these moments might seem, just observing it changes it. Me too. I always like how cookies cook. Same, Annie D. Yeah. I've always been a mega cookie maker. I love making cookies. I'm not in a making cookie mood and era of my life or anything, but cookies are like one of the bestest and simplest treats.
This is the same recipe that I used last time, but I let it in for too long and it was a little crispy on the edges and on the bottom, but it was good, so.
I could feel, yeah, I knew there was some sort of energy around that, Meeps. Thanks for saying it, Meeps. I'm trying to say I'm going to be here for another 10 minutes, Jen. I got a song from my friend Ann Gardner. Her husband is very, very sick. I started her song a year ago, but put it on hold. Oh, yeah? I wish you a beautiful flow for that. I saw Ann Gardner's comments on your things. Well, I've always seen them. I think I might have commented on a few of her things. I don't know. Sometimes it's that strange thing where I feel like I've done it, but I haven't. I realized twice this week already that once I texted my sister at night just because I wanted, to say goodnight and I love you. And I realized the next morning when she texted me, oh, I never sent it. DCase, too, in the last 48 hours. It might have been yesterday. I can't remember. I sent him a text. And then when I went to text him back, or when I received one from him, I realized, oh, shit, I didn't press send. There's at least 5 vids that I haven't made yet because I keep thinking that I have made them. But when I go to make them, I don't have battery life on my phone, which is being sucked dry as I speak. So I'm behind in doing things. I think I've already done them because my intent to do it is very strong and I've already played it out in my mind's eye. because I was grabbing the phone or because right now my storage on my phone is not working. So anyways, so I'm so limited in what I can do on a certain level that I feel like I've done the things. I have a few emails I wanted to get back to. I need to remember to do it because in my mind, because I wanted to do it, I've already done it.
I burnt my hands through the oven mitts.
Oh, are you okay?
I'm okay. It wasn't bad,
Okay,
but I still
that
felt
means
it.
that means the oven mitts are probably wet.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, tell me when it's time. Don't. Yeah. Are you okay? Because
I'm okay.
I never not put a burn under cold water.
I'm okay.
Okay. If you're feeling it, go now.
Mm.
Yeah, you know what's beautiful about you saying you're going to finish the song for Anne? I don't know who catches when I just spit stuff out, but I said Annie's song, John Denver, within, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes, an hour. I said Annie's song, John Denver, and I didn't realize you were working on an Annie's song. So that, again, see, Maudie, what I'm saying about how things are so synced, right? So I speak really fast. I don't know if there's anybody who watches me who catches 3/4 of what I say. Because, Maudie, 3/4 of what I say is either, is stuff coming up in timelines. So a lot of my slips of the tongue, where I stutter, where I miss a word, or where I slipped a word in, is somebody that's coming into the stream, or somebody who, everything especially when I say I'm slipping up, every slip means something on some level. So when I'm flowing and letting out all these things, but, these are the things that people are going to say, or the people that are going to come into the stream. And depending on, I only get this much validation. Sometimes 100 people pass through the stream, but only 5 came in to validate, Maudie. So yesterday I put this up like boom. I just had to put it up. I wasn't talking about hot rods. I was not talking about anything that had to do with this. But all of a sudden I grabbed it and put it up. But that's the moment when Angie came in, and this is almost the exact car that her dad built when he was young. And she sent me an image and confirmed to me that. But I have no idea. If 100 people pass through here, what are the chances that I'm saying names, saying things as somebody's coming in? Not only is the chance there, nobody passes through here unless they need what they're passing through for. That's how synced we are. That's how every single thing happens for a reason. It's the parchment too. They don't have parchment. Oh, I guess that's not one of those fuzzy ones that moves. Awkward.
You bought it for me.
So, I believe we're just that synced. We really are. And what flows from me, especially when I just just say random things. Like when I'm reading here in a book of the card I pulled, but then I say those do things that pop through. Sometimes that's the exact thing that somebody asked as like, I need this answered, and they're coming in, boom, 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 just grabbing that, right? It's real.
I'm not hard on myself, I just don't like them.
Okay. They're all right.
I left my tea there.
Boom. Michelle, I came into Hawkeye's stream last night just as he was saying my name. Hawkeye did a lot of streams with Milky. Exactly. It is real. And the more you want to cultivate it and make it, how do you cultivate and make it happen? Because some people could be listening to this and be saying, like, but this never happens to me. But are you in the flow? Are you confirming to other people? Are you sharing your syncs? Because you can't just sit, well, you can just sit in the background and never exchange. But if you're not showing yourself that you're a part of it, I already know that there's people like hearing that heard the word Annie song and that I brought the sync into their stuff, or that, you know, in 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 days, or 2 weeks, somebody will watch this and get what they need from it. No one is here for no reason. Even the scummiest, yuckiest, crustiest, most yuckiest person of a soul is here for a reason right now. And whatever part they're playing is part of us all. I got like weird ass cookie goo in my mouth. Meeps, the opening line to Annie's song is, angels shouldn't fly away too soon. The light that stays is what we assume. Don't go sliding. Hold on to your hopes, my friend. Yeah. Yeah. Same, Michelle. I have specific people too that I go into their streams or their vids, and like I said before, that's how my messages flow through, you know, like I believe in, I'm not sitting here waiting for somebody to come knock on my door and give me the answers to what I've asked the universe. I get guided to where I'm meant to be. And, you know, sometimes it's not legit my name coming out, but sometimes it's something so close, or somebody stuttering over the G of something, or there's always something, you know, like, but it's true, Meeps. The scummiest, most crustiest person of a soul, in the greater perspective, was the most important player. Because if that person had not done all those things, other people couldn't have had the ripple effect of what they needed to learn. So it's a little bit like Jesus and Satan. You either believe what everybody said, and that there's one, you know, and then there's something else that's like an entity and blah, 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 blah. If you think Satan's on your shoulder telling you how to do bad stuff, you have not assumed responsibility for your own self yet. Because it's not dark and it's not Satan, it's you. It's your lower self. Your lower self is that little thing. So all the excuses and all the blame for everything you ever thought was something else's fault making you do it, it was you. So, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if abuse made you abusive, you have to heal that. Nobody gets to bypass that. I don't know why I'm eating this and getting my...
You're still eating that?
I don't know why. Meep says, I know, Jen, it's the way you said it. And that's the thing. I like throwing it out there. Because that's the thing. Everybody... Meeps, who are the bad people if nobody assumes accountability for saying, I'm the narcissist of my family? And everybody thinks it's somebody else? Nobody assumes responsibility for being a raging cunt and fucking having cheated on their husband and not been a nice person. Nobody ever fucking assumes responsibility for that. How many people do you see making videos, including myself, saying, well, I have said the yucky shit that I did. You know, like, fuck. I assume, yeah. But yeah. If you think you had a narcissist in your life and you're 40, you need to assume responsibility for which part you had in there. There is And let's, like I said before, you might not have played the part longer than a week or a month, but if you think about it, when you were a teenager and everything was about you, and you went out and you sneaked out and you partied and you stole money from your parents and you lied to them for 3 fucking years. Some lies, they still don't know what you were lying and stealing and cheating about when you were a teenager. Yet, everybody all your life has abused you. You get the karma back from what you did to your parents as well. We all do. We all do. Do you know that when you had a parent and you were watching stuff and thinking you were hot shit and not actually fucking functional in your family, the trauma that you put your mother through is what she's healing right now. So you think your mom was this, but as you were the selfish person who was just fucking focused on you in your teenagerhood, you don't realize that in your teenagerhood is when your mom got divorced, is when your mom got raped, is when your mom went through so much trauma you had no clue, and you were adding more by lying, stealing, and fucking cheating and doing all the shit you were doing. But you don't assume responsibility for that because you were a teenager and teenagers act the way they do. But you don't realize that that one night that you didn't come home and what your mother felt is the karma that you're getting back for the, by a boyfriend, a girl who cheats on you, a boy, a friend who rips you off, a friend who fucking completely screws you over, is the karma for what you did from when you were a teenager. Nobody grew up and was perfect and never hurt anybody. So we all are teaching lessons to each other. The label of a narcissist just makes other people feel like the boundaries are bigger and this person doesn't deserve healing and deserve the same thing. But everybody's, it's everybody. Narcissist is just a label for a wounded child. We're letting go of all the matrix labels, but one of the biggest ones that all awakened community still waves around is narcissist. But when you come to an awareness, there's no such thing as a narcissist. There's just a bunch of souls with different... That's it. From the greater perspective, when Source is sitting there as a cheerleader or someone that sees, the cheerleader Source is sending out energy to the narcissist in order to play the part for you. As much as Source is sending out energy to you. We are one. It's all the same. Nothing is good or bad. Right? Meeps. Not Meeps. Sorry, Modi. Genevieve, guess how many dishes I have in my sink? Dude, I don't know what kind of person you are. You want to guess how many dishes I got in mine? Your bacon video, I thought your stove was peculiarly clean, so you probably have no dishes in your sink. Yeah. Means it's about humility. When we make a mistake, and we all do, then we should own up to it as soon as we realize we are in error. Reference other people's code of conduct as their journey. I only have my own to deal with, and I can only influence willing life forms who are prepared to stop and think. Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing. Do you realize there's people angry, holding grudges, or not opening their hearts because they're angry at other people, and other people don't even know what they did wrong, right? So, and that's the thing is, when you're still hanging on to a story and other people have moved on and they're not even a part of your timelines, like it's gone. It doesn't exist anymore for someone else. So if you're sitting there thinking like, somebody did this to me, nobody listens to me, she's mean to me, she was mean, she did this, he did that. Everybody else has moved on, On a certain level, unless they're creeping back into your life as a timeline to push and give you more awarenesses, everybody else has moved on. I had somebody text me out of the blue at one point and say like, da-da-da-da-da, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't even know who you are. I'm not the same person I was 4 months ago. And 4 months ago, I didn't understand a fucking word of what was going on either. So what the fuck is this? I'm not a part of your timeline. It doesn't matter if you want to think of me consistently every day for another 100 years. I'm not a part of your timelines. And I've already lived that in my life. All my life. That's one of my biggest programs and my biggest things of timelines is the longing of someone else that won't fucking say or do or embody anything, but then thinks that I'm like, no, I don't. It's like, it's not possible. If two people are thinking about the same timelines and they're not merged, like that makes no sense. So yeah. Do you really, Meeps? Is that a joke or do you really? Meeps says, Maudib, I hide my unwashed dishes in the cupboard until I'm ready to deal with them. Do you really? I'm curious. Meeps, I want to know, is that the truth or a joke? See, the reason I don't do that, Meeps, is I would forget and eat off dirty dishes or have no dishes left until everything's back in the cupboard. And if it's back in the cupboard, I might as well not wash it and use it dirty. You do? That's funny. I've got stuff everywhere. I don't care. Nobody comes over anyways. The only person that does is my daughter, and she don't do her dishes all the time either. I say it every day in the live streams. If I've done my dishes, how proud I am of me, or I have not. So anybody coming into my life would not be shocked to see dishes. 1844 Eastern time. Or people would be. Somebody would look at that dishes and be like, wow, you really weren't joking. You don't do your dishes for 2 days in a row. And it's like, why would I joke about that? No, I don't. I didn't. Like, duh. Like, duh. And I used to do, and I've done pizza boxes in the oven. Who ever thought of putting a pizza box in the oven? Don't do that. What's wrong with you? It doesn't matter if the pizza box doesn't fit in the fridge. Get saran wrap. Get a plastic bag. Wrap your pizza in toilet paper before putting the box in the oven. Oh man, I don't know who and their brother don't have a story of lighting up that pizza box because somebody else put the box in there. Right on, Meep says Jen. Hold that thought. I'm going to attempt to unload a very small part of a film I've known since I was a kid, and yes, I do. Right on. The cupboard. You got 6, Maudib? Jen, remember when I end up eating from a saucepan lid. I know you say that as a joke, but I do. I really do. The only saucepan lids I can't eat out of are the ones with plastic covers. I cook with them, too. You're going out? Excuse me, Michelle. It's time for you to go out. Right on. I might be going. I'm going to stop soon. I think I'll have another cigarette. Maybe pull a card. And,
You're grabbing another cookie, aren't you?
No.
Oh.
And then be done. I don't know why I keep having that feeling like it's Thursday night. It doesn't really change anything if it would be Thursday or not, but have a good night, Michelle. Thanks for being with us, with me. Meeps, I'm okay now. Kim next door took pity on me and she feeds me. Sharing is caring. Meeps is a disaster in the kitchen. Sharing is caring. Cooking for other people when you like to cook and it's easy for you is the best feeling ever, Meeps. Nothing is harder than it's harder to cook less than to cook more. You know what I mean? It's easier to stretch something out and share than to not share. P.S. One of Kim's plates is in my cupboard. LOL, I swear it's true. Just one? Just one? Maudie says, dishes done, clean dreams, I always say. Well, I just said that now. I don't know. I'm very adamant, and maybe it's because I'm a dirty girl, and I'm not really dirty girl. Well, I am in a way, but cleanliness is next to godliness, but never said we had to be clean. And there's a feeling of doing dishes if they don't want to be done, of negativity that I just can't. Even today, I started doing my dishes. I did half, and then I stopped because I was just feeling grouchy. I wasn't enjoying it. Didn't feel good, so I stopped. I did not force myself to finish them. Why? If I would force myself to finish them, honestly, I'm lowering my vibration because I'm forcing myself to finish them. And with the way things happen now, I probably would have cut myself or dropped something on my toe or something. Everything inside me didn't want to continue doing it, so I didn't. Right? That being said, I have no timelines. I have no specific thing. So it's like they'll get done when they get done. Oh, really, Meeps? The funny part is that I actually own a dishwasher. Are you like me and the dishwasher's just in your place so you just don't use it? I'd rather have dirty dishes everywhere than use the dishwasher. That's just how I am. I don't like the way that dishwashers wash dishes. I don't like the fact that they sit in that box all day and then you got to take them out anyways. But it takes a whole cycle. So when you start to stack your dishes in the dishwasher, if you need the one thing, you're going to have to wash it anyway. But how long it takes. So when my counter's full of dishes, when I decide I'm starting to do the dishes, I'm done before the cycle of a washer would do it. I don't know why. I don't resonate with having a washer, and I don't mind having dirty dishes. And that's part of me. I don't have the program that I don't care if somebody's going to judge. Who? If anybody did come here and they're going to judge it, well, they're not probably going to be coming back, right? Like, oh my gosh. It just doesn't bug me. Meep said, I used to live with a mate, Spence, when we was in our 20s, and we brought 2 girls back with us, and one girl said, eek, this was a mess. Was you guys partying? And Spence replied, no, this is how we really live. LOL. Yeah. And see, Mia was that girl that when I'd go to places and when people live the way they live, I'd rather walk into somebody's house and it's not clean and they just live how they live, then go to somebody's house and know that they binge cleaned everything or that they keep it clean like that at all times. Meeps, I'm not joking when I say, like, you know that thing of how because somebody is so freaky clean, you know you're going to get fucking mustard all over their favorite shit. That's how I am. I'm that girl that I didn't buy white for 3/4 of my life because I'll stain it the first day. And then I started buying white because it was like, I'll just tie-dye it. After I stain it too bad, I'll tie-dye it. So that's what I do now. But, like... Meep says, Jen, the house was so messy, those girls didn't even have to ask for an ashtray. That's funny. Modib, it's easiest to wash the bottom half of the dishes. I don't know. I don't have the same illusion, program, or judgment of what messy is. So, you know what I mean? And it doesn't bother me, or I don't have judgment of somebody. I'd rather go to somebody's house that looks at me in the eye and says, I haven't cleaned my house for real in months. I only do the essential, and it's like, good. You doing just the essentials makes it that I'm able to actually be in your life, because you're not so programmed that you're so like, bah, that you can't even be with my frequency, right? I had a friend once, and she said, like, you know, I wouldn't invite you over because I need to clean. And I was like, but that's the thing. You don't need to clean. It's your house. Whoever told you you had to clean is all the programming of what you have to do. Because some people, yeah, they spent their whole life making sure their car was clean, their house was clean. All that was amazing. You could, like, eat off the floor. But is this clean? Is this clean? Because this is where cleanliness is next to godliness. Here. Right here. Right inside here. Because the rest, you know, you judging. Some people can't take a shower. They don't have a shower. Are you going to judge because somebody doesn't shower and they just wipe down? They're not clean enough? The hell does somebody else being clean have anything to do with you? You know, unless you're going down somewhere and you need some sort of cleanliness, it's none of your fucking business. You know what I'm saying? Meeps, I ran into Spence about a year ago, and he had a beard like Moses, and he looked like he was living in wilderness, but he was the same Spence apart from being more wiser. Right on. Wiser and hairier, eh? No. Where's the cards? What the fuck? How do I lose my cards? Oh, there we go. That's cool, eh? When you run into someone like that. Yup, I'm with you, Jen. All my mom did was clean and cook. No thanks. Exactly. Yup. And that brings a synchronicity from the stand. I was talking about it earlier. Fran's mother. Fran's mother was a clean freak who, when Fran was little and Fran cut herself and hurt herself really bad, she ran into the parlor, and her mother was so angry because she was bleeding on the white carpet. And later in Fran's timeline, the parlor is very significative of the trauma that she lived as a child, that her mother considered the carpet more important. And it's one of the reasons that I raise my kids that nothing material is more important. You know what I mean? Like the other day I told Lily, I was like, dude, I don't care we eat on the couch, but you gotta have a blanket or something. The couches look old now, and because we're not being careful. And she kind of looked at me and she's like, are you mad? And I was like, no, my tone's not mad. I'm just saying, it's for me too. You know, but just let's be more aware of what we're doing. It's not the end of the world. A sofa is meant to have marks on it. And if it, rather my sofa, after, even if it's a year, a month, 2 days, fucking 5 years, look like somebody used it and enjoyed it and has a story of a Jell-O stain. Like yesterday, chocolate milk went flying. Right? Lily Rose 3/4 of the time only ever drinks water. Why wasn't it the water? Me don't know. But what? So the carpet is like, it is what it is. Not the end of the world. I gotta run, Madib. Have a good day. Yeah, Jen, that's what I always say. I'm more concerned with how people live in their minds and hearts as opposed to how clean their house is. Exactly. And that's one of the things I was shocked. Like, I didn't realize people actually had houses and everything outside was perfect, but inside their house, you know, just how people feel, who they are. I might not be clean, but it's just because I decide I'm not doing it, right? I'm not. I don't care. It's not my priority. Enjoy any song. You sent me an email about 2 hours ago. Okay. We're going to exit with the cat spirit. Exit with the, I was going to say tabby. Ginger cat. Ginger cat. Ginger cat energy. Claim your independence. Ginger, 1 and 3. 1 and 3 is 4. 4 is the door. Claim your independence. Dance, dance, just dance. Michelle says, yep, and when I rolled my car on the highway, I knew my dad would be pissed. I said, so on the highway, strangers know he won't. It's a car, and he was. Strangers were telling you he won't be mad. That's the harsh thing, eh, sweetie? When strangers, I love you, I know. When strangers are happier for you that you're alive than the person. I know, I get it. I get it. Something happened to somebody, and I'm not going to mention anything just because of the reality of people, but where someone was hurt, and because that person was using someone else's machine, I'm not going to use any other words, but machine, the person that was hurt wasn't even really allowed to be hurt, meaning they got brought to the hospital, told you're fine almost, and they weren't. They were supposed to rest, but they didn't, and just got pushed around and bullied after, right? So payback, you fucked my machine. You need to make sure you go to work, make that money, and I don't care if you're in pain, and that money needs to show up soon.
Can I take a shower?
Boom, we're done. Have a good night, guys.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Girls, dads, boys, dads.